Good morning, friends. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Bosses and Breakfast Day. Um, excited to be here. Mina is just wrapping some things and she will be on with us in just a second. So say hello. Good morning, Rachel. Who else is here? Say hi, friends. And Mina got a new computer, so we're working on down below. I could see her untwisting wires, looking for how to connect. Morning, Laura and Alfred and Lynn and Grace. Jessica, good morning. Good morning, Christina. I'm excited about today.
Oh,
We're gonna
I kept
Hi.
saying, Jacqueline, can you hear me? And I realized I didn't add myself to the stream.
No, Mina, I can hear you.
It's like my sound isn't working again.
You're like, I bought a whole new computer for nothing.
I know.
Mm.
But I did undo my headphones. I feel like this is a
I am
win.
currently undoing my headphones.
Yeah, so I feel like that deserves some sort of recognition this morning.
Everyone, round of applause for Mina Kumlosita and her wires.
For now, until the elves come and, mess them up again.
Hey,
Okay.
Margie. Hey, Renee. Hey, Sylvie in, is it Quebec? Is that what QC is? Yay for a new computer. Love new equipment. Okay. Are you ready for Instagram?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oops. Okay.
Let's hope my earbuds
I have
work.
a new.
Speaking of technology.
I have all new tech right now, because shout out to Dave of Iographer. I'm using that one tripod that's like a sticky arm thingy.
Like an octopus
Anyways,
almost.
yeah, it's so cool.
Hi, Louise in the UK. And yes, Quebec. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to go live so I don't lose my live subtitle thing.
Okay. I'm going to have to find my way there. Okay. I'm going to have to put this cover down for a little bit.
Good morning, bosses and breakfast. Welcome. Today we are going to talk about, and this is for all my friends on Facebook and all my friends on Instagram, we're going to talk about holiday survival. Okay. Holiday survival tips, quick tips, because we have entered into November. It is officially Christmas, everyone. November 3rd, 2nd. What day is it? November 3rd. Merry Christmas. It is here.
Okay. Boom. Okay.
At least the season is here and things are turning over very quick. And we're going to talk about why things are turning over, how you can navigate it, how we can all navigate the holiday season together. It is tricky.
There it is. Okay. Hi.
Welcome to Bosses and Breakfast.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Yes, it is the time of a lot of things happening, let me tell you. So we are going to help you navigate that.
How many people here feel like it's too early to talk about holiday survival navigation, or how many people are like, yes, bring it on. We need this. Yes. Okay. So good morning. So we have a few announcements as we jump in, to everything. Jennifer, when you get a chance to put in the private chat, those notes I left you, in the Voxer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are we on Facebook? Yes, we are on Facebook. People are saying, yes, they need it. Bring it on. Lynn says, I didn't even get Halloween up. That's okay. Halloween is over now. So we will move on.
Halloween is dead. It's dead. Pun intended.
Halloween should go on sale.
Yeah. I mean, it's over. I was surprised. November 1st happened to fall on Monday, and I still saw a whole bunch of Halloween posts. And I was like, I'm over Halloween. That was yesterday.
Like, that was Saturday.
Yeah, Beggar's Night here was Saturday, but actual Halloween was Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So first off, who was here last week and saw Greg and Annika host Bosses and Breakfast? Were you here? Did you love it? They were so great. We were able to jump in and watch a little bit of it. So they did a giveaway, which was really exciting. And so I want to announce some of the who won the winner. So they did a giveaway and it was Greg and Annika. So Greg is Lodestone Candles, Annika is Hey Mavens, and the winner of this is going to get Lodestone Candles holiday gift set, which is not even available yet.
Holy moly, that's a nice prize.
I messaged him personally because I have access to him. a masterminder, and I was like, "Can you tell me when those are available so I can buy them?" So, Greg, maybe you can get me on the front end of that list. And then
Yeah.
Annika is giving away from Hey Mavens a flannel cape, which those sell
Oh
out
my
in
gosh.
minutes.
Both of these are exceptional prizes. I mean, seriously, to get your hands on either one of these. Wow, that's a
Yeah.
really nice prize.
Yeah, so good. So they actually had challenged
They
you all to
must
do
have wonderful coaches coaching them. Dangle the carrot, right? That's what we say.
we have carrots to dangle for all of you, so stay with us. So they picked, I think it was a reel that they picked, and they were really excited about this. And the reasons why this person won is that everything about her business is embodied in the way that she presents her business and puts it out there. And so the winner of this amazing giveaway is Tracy, who is the owner of Seaside Serenity Creations. So
Yay!
congrats, Tracy.
Congratulations, Tracy.
And then I think if Greg is on here.
Greg is here on Facebook.
Yeah. Greg, is there like a recent reel? Is that, or should we post her reel? Let us know and we can kind of share with all of you. Congratulations, Tracy. Okay. Um, so that is awesome. Yay, Tracy. Congrats to her and for getting and putting herself out there. Um, Next thing we want to tell you all about is how many of you know that we have a small business shopping directory? Anybody?
All right.
Do you know about
Everybody.
Shop One and Five? So we launched this mission last year, which was the Shop One and Five pledge to make 1 in 5 of your purchases from a small business, online or offline. And then in response to that, when people were like, "I'd love to support small businesses, but how?" They don't know where you all exist in the great wide world web in the universe. They don't know how to find
Uh-huh.
you unless, you have a brick and mortar or they go to Etsy. And sometimes on Etsy, they may not actually consider you a small business. So our thing for everybody was that we created the small business shopping directory, which is a directory that general consumers can discover small businesses like yourself. So Mina, do you want to tell them about what we're really excited about that we're pushing for the entire month of November?
Yeah, this is really big. It's over 200 small businesses from the directory that came together to give a discount. And it's called the biggest small biz holiday collab ever. And so we're super pumped. You can grab that at the product. No, no, no. Let me back up. Shop1in5.com/deals, and it will give you access to all the people that are participating. Again, it's over 200 small businesses, and it will give you what discount that they're giving. So we're pumped. It's kind of our way of doing Cyber Month. And we know that the average consumer and buyers and shoppers out there are really at this time, they're looking for deals and discounts. So that was why we came up with this, biggest small biz holiday club ever, to make sure that we could get you in front of more eyes. And we did it in the way of, okay, what are they wanting? What are they looking for? Let's give it to them.
Yeah, so it's called our biggest small biz holiday club ever. It is a discount guide. Like Mina said, there's over 200 shops. It's only one code that you have to use that you can shop at 200 small businesses and get different discounts at each one. So you just have to know that one code. You go when you register, you'll get links to all of their websites.
And whatever
And
their deal is, because some of them
mhm,
have different deals on different
a
things.
lot of them have deals on like your entire purchase, and this is for the entire month of November. And we're going to get into this today about like surviving the holidays as business owners and how we're going to navigate this. But one of the things we really want to drive home for consumers, which you are all also consumers, is to shop early. To
Yeah.
shop early before things sell out, to shop early so we're not dealing with shipping delays. So head over, like Mina said, to shop1in5.com/deals and you can register. Now, if you love this, you may not be listed, but if you love it and you want to participate in helping other product bosses get the message out there, we are also doing a thing where you can promote it. Like we have assets that you can promote the biggest small biz collab, even if you're not
Uh-huh.
in it. So if you're interested in promoting this as well, you can email hello@shop1in5.com and they can send you a package on how to promote this for our friends, right? It's good karma. Three Best Bakery says when you opt in, you get 20% off of her vanilla smash cookies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amazing,
cookies for
right?
everyone, right?
Sarah asked, will you have one in December? We probably will not, but we will have ones in the future, is what I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
stay alert when it comes to your emails. And that way you can get in there. But it is for the people that are in our directory. So the small biz shopping directory.
So you all get access to this too, right? So
Mhm.
make sure to share it. Share the link, shop1and5.com/deals with friends and family. Let them opt in as well, because the whole goal is that they're opting in and they're exchanging their email address for these deals. And why we're doing that is to really grow the email list for Shop One and Five. So you all know that for the directory, we run ads. We run ads for list building. We run ads for getting people to the actual directory, and we run ads to get people to Facebook and to get people to Instagram. And then this is an organic way to grow the list. And since Monday, Mina, I don't know if you saw the report, we've doubled the email list just since Monday.
Yeah. Right, and that
Amazing.
way we can get them to buy again. This
Mhm.
isn't the product boss's list. This is Shop One at Five. This is a small business shopping directory. So I know it feels like sometimes like, oh, why do we need that list to grow? We need it to grow so we can keep having those eyes on the directory, on small businesses, really be helping you with the ads. But again, that is myself and Jacqueline and our efforts. We actually need all of you to share as much as you can, because it's not just the ads, it's not just the email list. It really is about sharing as much as you can. And we can do it as a kind of like a locking arms, joining forces. And that really is what's going to help it grow.
So, Laura, if you're in the discount guide, if you want to email hello at shop one and five, they can tell you the hashtags to use. It's also in the deck that you all got on how to share it, what hashtags to use. And then anyone that's in the directory but didn't opt in, please make sure that you put hello at shop one and five into that it doesn't end up in your spam or promotions. When you all get emails from us, make sure to check them. We had done this a couple of weeks ago where there was a deadline to submit. So, unfortunately, this time around, we're not able to add more businesses to it. But in the future, if you are in the small business shopping directory, make sure to check your emails when we send them so that you could be a part of the promotions that we're doing. And if
Hmm.
any of you still want to be in the small business shopping directory, you can still sign up. So, in order to get into the small business shopping directory, you would just go to shop1and5.com and click get listed, and you could get up and running on there. For the biggest small biz holiday collab, which is this extra promotion that we're pushing out, that right now is closed. And there's just over 200 different businesses listed amongst the categories with over 200 discounts, which is awesome. So you could do a ton of your holiday shopping there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to jump in.
So I think we just start off with how many people are feeling like they need help navigating the holidays. I think myself and Jacqueline are included in that, right? I can tell because I am so scatterbrained lately. And for example, I bought a new computer, everybody. I thought my
It's a good
audio
story.
was not working. And I was like, we had to record a whole entire podcast episode with me using my computer audio through the audio. So if you're wondering why the Tracy Matthews episode that's coming out next week is not the best sound, it's because it wasn't through my microphone. So I thought, oh my gosh, I had spilled coffee on this computer. Now I need to go buy a different computer. So I rushed to the Apple store here in Des Moines. It's like literally 35 minutes away from me. Bought a new computer, hook it up to record more podcast episodes with Jacqueline, and then realize that it was my microphone that was off the whole time. So,
That was a $2,000 mistake.
so anyways, it's done. The computer is set up. I'm not going back now. It's still. And I was like, how many CEOs does it take to figure out that the microphone is just turned off? But I had to say, Jacqueline, calling you out, you left the credit card when we were in Phoenix at the restaurant.
100%.
You
Who
left
knows
your
who we are?
computer on the airplane.
True.
I've charged my Apple Watch twice now, but forgotten to plug it in. So that's why I don't have it right now.
Oh,
And I
last
keep,
2 nights I've done that with my phone. Thank
yeah,
you.
and I keep looking at my wrist, being like, what time is it? And I'm like, the Apple Watch. And here's the other thing. We also got our nails done in Phoenix. And I will tell
We
you,
can't type. We can't type. Can't do anything.
we're running at 80% right now because we can't function with nails.
Can't do it. I have to voice, like, I had to fill out a
I'm like,
contract.
how do people function with nails?
I remember one today. I was trying to say, like, what did I say? It was something about, like, I don't know, discovery or something, but I wrote disco and I had to write back, like, didn't mean disco.
So it's been a lot of overwhelm, and then not overwhelm, but just like scatterbrainedness. My husband's birthday is coming up. My daughter, if you have a preteen like me, she's 11 years old right now. We've had to buy her new underwear, new jeans. She's just growing out of so many things. And I'm like, how did this list
She's
of
like,
all these things
Mom.
how did this list of all these things get so long? And I'm like, I want it right now is when like it turns to winter here in it's very cold in Iowa. So we start to donate coats. And I'm like, I have like if you look in this house right now, there's a giant pile of coats. There is things that are not clearly plugged in, electronics and stuff like that. There's things I need to buy. There's piles of things I purchased from Shop 1 and 5 Small Biz Shopping Directory. I mean, it is crazy up in here. And the
Um,
holidays haven't even officially started.
Yeah, I left my computer on a plane with United.
Yeah.
Now, if anyone has flown United, you know they don't like customers. They don't like you. So to get your computer back is like a whole other thing.
She had to file a form. It
I
was
walk
just
up, I literally have left the security part. Like I leave security and I go, "Oh my God, my computer's still on the plane, like under the seat." And I go, "Can I go back?" Like, you have to go downstairs to baggage claim and you have to go get in line and da da da. So
Mhm,
like I'm in line and I'm like, "I left my computer on the plane. It's right upstairs. I just got off the plane. We were in first, so we were in the front of the plane." I was like, "It's still there." She
mhm.
hands me, I should have kept it, a little yellow slip that's like this. "Here you go. File a claim." Excuse me, what? My computer is upstairs. Just let me back. I could just go get it off the plane. "Oh, you have to go." And I start crying. Thank God I
Yeah,
cried because in New
overwhelmed.
Jersey, if you cry, they might be nice. Like,
They might. She didn't get her computer. She had to wait till days later. They
thank
did
God they
find
got it
it.
though. Like I was like, not my brother, my son was like, "Mom, you can't really talk bad about United now because they got you your computer back." And I was like, "Good point,
Yeah.
Oliver.
And
Good
it is a
point."
safety precaution. They're not just going to allow people to go back on a plane. You could have been
Right.
carrying something dangerous, so I totally get that. Then, Jacqueline, when we were eating dinner, by the way, we had a caviar dinner
Yeah,
in
yeah. These are
Phoenix to commemorate.
like
Uh,
really great problems to have, but we were at dinner.
we leave. I don't know how. We're
No
just
alcohol.
chatty.
No
When you
alcohol.
get two chatty Cathys together, you literally are chatting back and forth. We get to the hotel room. She's like, "Oh my gosh, we left before I signed the card. We have to go back, but we don't have a car. So we have to Uber our way back."
We had to Uber home, then Uber back, and then we had to rebook that Uber to stay with us so that we could go
Yeah,
back again.
I know.
It's
So everything was just a little bit slower, much like having nails, because everything's just a little bit slower. So we totally get it. And then we haven't even talked about the business aspect of everything. So we understand how collectively we all are probably feeling the same way. Like what's happening, there's a transition in seasons. Our kids are going through transitions of growing up. Our businesses are getting transitioning to a busy season. Consumers are transitioning to buying season. And the
And
brain
everybody
power.
collectively is feeling this way.
Yeah.
So, whether you're a business owner, and I've had this conversation with a lot of sort of like professionals or people who own their businesses, and I
Mhm.
feel like it's starting to collectively come up. So, right before
Yeah.
this call was even me on a call with Kohler because we're redoing our bathroom starting Monday. And we
Mhm.
went yesterday to try and get faucets. And he's like, "There's only two left. There's only two left. You better get your order in." And I was like, "Okay." So I called this morning at 10 a.m. when they open.
Meanwhile, there's 200 on the shelves. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not. So I call, I'm like, "Hey, is he available?" "Oh, he's on a call. He'll call you after." I'm like, "Okay, I have something at top of the hour." And then he hasn't called me. So like 10 minutes before this thing, I call him like, "Hey, I haven't heard from him." He said there was only two left. We start on Monday. I know you guys last minute, but my contractor also didn't tell me until 3 days ago that he could start on Monday. So she's like, "Oh, well, let me check your order." She goes, "Well, we have a lot of these in the system." I was like, I
That
called, I called my
that
husband. I was like,
mm.
we need to go to a different location. Like, I was like, I am not giving them my
And
money.
here's the funny part. It's like I'm running around scatterbrained. This morning, I'm like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did like my eye makeup and everything. I'm like, okay, my husband can take the
Yeah,
kids.
you look beautiful today. Good
I need
job.
a downtime, blah, blah, blah. He gets back, but you remember he's a morning person, okay? So chipper. He's always singing at me. I love that about him. I am super jealous about that actually. And he's like asking me a million and one questions. And I was just like, babe, I need peace in the mornings.
None of this singing and joyfulness, like
No,
zippity
the
doo dah
singing and
life.
joyfulness is fine. I was like, we can have a conversation, but I cannot ask, or you cannot ask me 50 questions in a row. It's like my brain cannot function at that pace yet. And he's like, and I was like, imagine it's like a morning person and a night owl. And he's like, well, I like to get stuff done in the morning. I was like, yeah, that's you, but that I can't do it. There's just too many things happening right now. And now he's texting me all these funny emojis, and I'm just like, oh, this guy. But I love that about him. It's so sweet. At the same time, like, my brain doesn't catch up in the mornings quite like his does.
Yeah. So I think collectively, as we enter into this holiday season, there's a few things, right? One, it's us all taking a breath and being somewhat grounded, as
Yeah.
I've
And
discovered.
taking a morning if you
Mhm.
have to, or telling the people that you need some buffer, you
Mhm.
know?
For me, I'm realizing these forgetfulness situations is because I'm somewhere else. I'm not
Yeah.
actually currently where I am. So I'm on the plane trying to get off. I want to get back to my kids. I'm thinking, how do I get to my car? Can I get to my kids before dinner? Like, my brain is somewhere else. So I'm getting off the plane and I leave my computer. Mina and I are talking about all the things we want to bring you all next year over dinner.
Mhm.
We forget the credit card.
2 people.
They're like, "Ma'am, was there something wrong with the dinner?" Like, that was their answer when I was like, "Do you have my credit card?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"No, but, like, what, like, I left you my credit card." Like, it's not like I left and, like,
They
didn't
thought she
do
was calling, and she was so mad she stormed out without her credit card. So there's,
I,
like, the
like, left you my
miscommunication.
card.
And then, even for the computer, right? Because I think that a lot of the times I'm like, okay, I can make these quick solves. Problem solve, problem solve, problem solve. And that there lies at the problem a little bit too. Cause I'm like, okay, audio's not working. You know what? I'll just drive out, get a new computer. Boom. I end up buying a laptop and a desktop. You know, why not? Like, I
It's
can
because you
do
went for
this.
the desktop, but the desktop
Yeah,
is
they didn't have
back
it in
ordered,
stock. Yes.
which we're gonna
But
get
I
to.
needed a laptop.
So
Yeah.
there, Apple just got extra money because
Right.
they had things back ordered, which is a tip for all of you. Now, um,
Yeah.
so
And then
I
even
think,
buying, like, jeans for my daughter, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy 50 of them, and then we'll keep 20." Like, literally,
was that the
it
number?
just becomes not the best thinking, but I'm just trying to solve too many things too quickly.
So does anyone else feel us on this? Is it
Please let
just
us
us?
not be the only ones, because this would be not great.
Would be a little embarrassed that maybe it's just us. Um, but I think so things are going to get busier for all of you. So, and they're going to be busier personally, and they're going to be
Yeah.
busier from a business perspective. So, in both ways, try and be present to where you
Yeah.
are in the moment so that you are not leaving computers on planes or, you know, needing to just turn on your microphone,
So
right?
now I know. Now I know, check to make sure the microphone is on. So, I think that, I think that a lot of I actually, over this past weekend, I showed it to Jacqueline. I got a notebook, and I know I'm like a notebook hoarder,
Paper notebook.
paper notebook hoarder. I have gazillions. I could have probably wrote in the one of the really 10,000 that I have, but I bought a new one, and it was for 2022, and it had a whole bunch of notes pages. And I was like, I need to get this stuff out of my brain. Right. And I actually just figured out, okay, what are the things that need to do, and how can I get them out of my brain for a minute and onto paper? And it was like a list of a million things. And it's a running list. I just keep adding to that list. And so I categorize them by Suri and Layla, which are my daughters. I categorize them from the product boss, and then what I need to do and buy. So a lot of the times I'm like, oh gosh, I need toothpaste or whatever. And then I put that onto I used to use notes a lot and things like that, but now that I'm just like trying to do something else, I use Paperless Light. It's just a checklist thing that's on my phone, and you can, like, it's just super simple. There's no thinking to
Can you
it.
do it with nails?
Yes, and I can do it with nails. And you can decide if you want it to be a checklist or if you want it just to be a running list. So I like that because it's just super simple, and I can at a glance be like, "Oh gosh, I need this." And I always have my phone, so I'm like, "I'll just add that to the list. I'll just add that to the list." And then I can go on there and look at it before I go to sleep and be like, "Okay, did that, did that, did that." But it just gives me a different way to function, because I think this email is going to come out next week, but it's about recalibrating. And I think that's what all of us need to do before we decide how we're going to navigate the holidays. We need to kind of like stop for a minute and recalibrate and be like, okay, I'm feeling all kinds of scatterbrain right now. I need to figure out how I function and I need to go in whatever direction I'm going to go. So we'll kind of help you navigate through that of like some suggestions of what we're seeing other people do, business wise and personal wise too.
So what was that list, that app that you like?
Paperless Light, it's free. So it's paperless and then LITE.
And on notes too, you can create checklists on notes and you can share them. So sometimes in the middle of things that we do, I'll share, Mina and I will share notes because we both have
Mm-hmm.
iPhones. I'll share it with my husband and be like, these are all things we need to knock out. Just knock it off. He doesn't necessarily do it, but Mina and I do it. Like, okay, so
Right.
that's the first part as we're entering this busy season. And hi, mom. My mom is watching on Instagram.
Yay.
So is to get grounded. Try your best to get grounded. Let us be your examples of very expensive mistakes that lead to computers either being lost or needing to be bought. So
Yeah, at least you didn't lose yours because that's a newer one too, you
oh, it's
know?
stressing me out because I was like, I don't know my passwords. Everything's locked on this thing. So that's that. Second thing that we want to start talking about is there's two things that we're seeing come up for people. One, the idea of customers and ship, like when do you all start to promote your stuff for the holidays, right? Some people,
Mhm.
general consumers, are like, it's too early. Mina brought up this point this morning that it's almost like we've skipped Thanksgiving and jumped to
Yeah.
Christmas. And
Mhm.
there's reasons for that. And there's reasons why we're going to see the big box stores and bigger brands really start to push Christmas on November 1st, versus, right around Thanksgiving. So we're going to talk a little bit about pushing for shopping early and shopping their gifts early. We're going to talk about that also from the perspective of shipping and shipping delays. And then the last thing we want to talk about that we're seeing this come up a lot with our masterminders because we work closest with our masterminders is there are things that are stuck out there in the world, like on a container over from overseas and they can't get their product, but it's their holiday product or they've run out. And we're not going to talk about shortages in terms of raw goods, but more of what do you do when you don't have the product? Your product is stuck somewhere and we need to sell it. So any of these things coming up for any of you that are holiday issues or struggles that you're navigating, let us know in the comments and we'll speak to those. All right, Mina.
Yeah.
So first one, shopping
First
early.
one, shopping early. I mean, this is something that you all should be talking about constantly. Constantly, if not already, right? Shop early, make sure you buy early. You know, we wanted to give the examples of how Jacqueline and I are functioning as of late. We're not the only ones. It's everybody. Sure, we have multiple businesses, but I mean, this is my sister, my mom, my dad, all of them. There's a lot going on with the holidays and life, right? And our bandwidths are low. So, as an average consumer, we need to remind over and over and over, and we cannot be scared of over reminding. So, there's some of us that are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to remind them yet. Is it too many emails? No, I think that I would have loved an email saying, here's a reminder of this. And if your computer's not working, check to see if your microphone's on, whatever, right? Like, I'm just saying there's lots of pieces of information in people's heads that you don't think clearly. It's just so stuffed full. So reminding them is a courtesy. Okay. And so everybody, big box, small business, the average consumer, all of us are moving early, shopping early, thinking about it early, planning early, gifting early, So we should all collectively be talking about it because it's on the news, it's on the podcasts, it's on everywhere. Everywhere it's on the newspapers, everything.
Mhm.
Shopping early is where it's at.
So I've seen emails come through that are like shop early, get it in time. Right. So
Mhm.
what we want to
Yep.
do is I want you all to think about your emails, your posts, the ways that you speak to your customers as being of service to them. So if we want to go back to me trying to buy from Kohler last night in Paramus, New
Mhm.
Jersey, where the guy originally was like, I was like, I'm looking for gold. That's gold. And he's like, this is the only gold we have. I was like, well, that's gold and that's gold. He goes, this is brushed brass. This is French gold. And this is da da da. And I was like, breathe, right? Like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, I just need to know. Like, I'm just trying to understand your gold categories here, you know? And then he
Yeah,
goes,
which by the way, the gold of Apple looks more like chocolatey gold or rose gold, not gold gold.
but like, if
Anyways,
you
there's
walked into
different shades
Apple,
of gold,
yeah,
you
if you walked
know?
into Apple, you're like, I'm looking for a gold. Well, these are your options. They're
Yeah.
both, but this is called this and this is called this. Not all of us are like Kohler experts on faucets. So it's just like my husband knows me so well when people react like, because from a customer service standpoint, I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And then we looked at each other like, got to move to Connecticut. I love New Jersey. It's not that, but then I think as a Californian and the way that I function is a little bit different sometimes than the retail experiences I've had. It's really in retail. So anyways, so then he goes, as he's trying to close the deal on me, there's only 2 of these in stock. I've had people leave and come back and it's not available anymore. And I'm like, okay, thank you for that information. So I call them at 10
Mhm.
a.m. this morning and they're not like fulfilling, right? But the thing is like if you can approach this instead of combative, right? You approach this from a place of helpful. So if he had come at me and been like, "Oh yeah, great point. So are you trying to match a goal to anything? Because yes, these are all different types. We call them different things. Are you trying to match it? Maybe what does your tile look like? Okay, you know
Mhm.
what? It looks like there's only 2 left. Do you think that you know when you're going to be able to make that decision? I'm available." All he said to us is, "I'm out on Thursday and I'm gone till Monday." That's what he said. I'm like,
I'm gonna
okay.
make sure to come in on those days.
I just texted my husband and I was like, we need to find it. There's like a mosquito or something in here. Sorry. So it was just like, okay, you're not being helpful to me as a customer. And if anyone has shopped and tried to buy Kohler for their bathrooms, it's so expensive. Like we were
Yeah.
like, this is so expensive. So anyways, so he could have been more helpful. He could have said, these run out, they might get restocked. Like I could check back in with you tomorrow, or how about call me, as soon as you can
Mhm.
make this decision and I can help you. So I want you all to think about that though as you're approaching your customers, is you're just wanting to be helpful. So some of you are afraid to email them.
Yeah.
Well, they may be like, why didn't you tell me that
Yeah.
there were going to be shipping delays in the future? Like I would have bought early. So I want you all to start approaching this like the information you share with them on Instagram, on Facebook, however you communicate, on text
Mhm.
message, on
And guess
email.
what? If they don't want the emails, they won't open them.
Mhm.
If they don't want to read them, they'll unsubscribe, right? It's not a big deal. So just email them. And the worst case scenario is they unsubscribe because they were not your ideal customer. Best case scenario is that they are really thankful that you reminded them because they have a lot going on and that they purchase, right? Because they're like, "Oh, that's cool. She reminded me or he reminded me I needed that reminder."
Mhm. So so we want you to think about that. So someone said, do we think that shopping will start this early? In the future. We're not sure, right? But
Mhm.
I do think that the last 2 years, last year people really missed the holiday experience. This
Mhm.
year, we're needing to push it earlier because I was at Lowe's last night trying to find cheaper gold
Mhm.
knobs after my experience at Kohler. And there was nothing. But all the Christmas stuff was out. I posted it on Instagram and I was like, this is exciting. And there's still boxes of everything that's on display.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is as soon as people kick into this, they're going to buy it and there's either shortages that there's no more that are going to come out.
Right.
You will have missed it
We thought those shortages were going to happen the
last year.
holiday season of last year. Like if you did the math, it made sense that okay, this is when the shortages would happen. And because of also being China being shut down and all the things, it backed it up. Now what's happening this year is a logistics nightmare. Things are getting stuck in ports. Truckers are retiring or passing away from COVID. Just think we have a million people not in society right now that are working. Plus, the people that are still working are overworked. And so it's a logistics nightmare of getting things on the shelves. Or it's just a domino effect, right? The ports, because now the ports are getting diverted. But it's like, who's going to take this stuff? Because they have enough port workers. The port workers are there, but they don't have enough truckers. So, you know how there's just a domino effect on all that stuff. So, we thought this was going to happen last year where there's just shortages, right? Things not being made in time. And that was true. But there was still at that time enough truckers and enough, the ports were working, functioning, right? Well, now it's like everything's backed up. it's a lot of the logistics that's happening, you know? And
Transportation is a huge thing that is slowing a lot of things
yeah.
down.
And workers and
Mhm.
life as a whole. So I think that for all of us, approaching it in the way of service is that I, as a consumer, actually want to be helped because my
Mhm.
bandwidth is really low. And because no matter what, I have to buy presents. Like I want to buy presents or I want to buy gifts or I want to buy things for myself. I actually have to spend. So it's not a matter of, oh, I'm just not going to spend this year you know? It's a matter of when am I going to spend and how
And
can
what?
you help? Yeah, and what and how can you help with that? And
Yeah.
that's really going to see the exciting thing because I know that was very heavy all the things that I just said. Um the exciting thing is that we still have an opportunity to collectively help everybody.
Mhm.
Small businesses are literally the heroes here, right? Because as big box can't do a lot of things, small businesses can jump in and like I said, it's not like, oh yay, they're buying from me and this is a one-time thing. You get an opportunity to help them, right?
Mhm.
Because they need to buy stuff. And then now they can become your potential lifelong customer. It's just an opportunity that, with every I learned this in business school, right? If you want to look at it from a sheer business standpoint, there's the threats that happen, right? The SWOT. I think we've talked about this on the podcast episode. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, what are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? And what are the threats? Well, the threats are that we cannot fulfill, and, logistics is crazy, shipping is crazy, blah, blah, blah. But there's always opportunity. And the biggest opportunity lies in small businesses from a local standpoint and from the ones that, you have the stuff on the shelves and you are able to fulfill it quicker in a way, you know? So there's a lot of opportunities for all of you to be like, okay, I'm needed right now and I shall step up and make it happen because
Mhm.
all these people do need to buy for the holidays, especially right now.
It's such a good point. It reminds me of, and how many of you were with us last year during 2020? So, like with the shutdown, there was, I know Maureen was there, like, should I even be selling? And then there was the part,
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember, when Amazon was only shipping essentials and nobody could
Yeah,
get toilet paper. So,
I
there was
know.
a point where the habit that was created of people relying on Amazon and getting things in 2 days and being able to get anything you wanted, there was a part of the of time during the shutdown that we couldn't. So it switched behaviors. It switched the way that customers approach shopping. There was a lot of stuff we couldn't get. We saw a huge lean into local porch delivery, local pickup. We were
Mhm.
ordering from our local, stores. Like it was like wherever we could get things, we were getting them, and a lot of it was very local. So it's kind of happening again in a way where general consumers aren't going to know until they know. I've already talked about this. I got the American Girl catalog got delivered to me, I
Mhm.
think like a week and a half ago. Within a couple of days, because we talk about shortages, I went online. The main cover image was their like special edition holiday dress girl, and Willa really wanted it.
Gone
And
in
so
a day, I bet you.
gone, not even
Yeah.
a wait
People buy
list.
what they see, right?
Yeah, and what's interesting is this whole catalog and all the money they've spent, and now I've gone on to American Girl, and, like, all of the holiday stuff is pretty much gone. So what's nuts is, like, this was before Halloween, and then what are they promoting now? Now they have to kind of lean in and push their just regular stuff that they're trying to push anyways on other days, right? So they don't have the holiday spin to it. So what's gonna happen is there's savvy consumers that pay attention. They're probably like my mom, who's like always prepared. Like my mom's been prepared for the big one in Los Angeles, like the earthquake, like for the last 40 years. So like
Okay.
she's always well, I'm saying like she's always prepared. So
Yeah.
she's like my mom has gifts probably bought already, stored in her closet. She has the
Mhm.
holiday card. She's good to go. Then there's people who wait till last minute, like me with my bathroom getting started on Monday and I don't have a shower head or anything, right? And I'm trying to scramble. And there's everyone in between. So, for all of you, as you're thinking about this, where the small businesses can step in is one we want to lean into shop early, get it in time. Shop early,
Mhm.
avoid shipping delays. You could start to use that kind of language, right? The other side is as we're going to go through this together over the next, 50, 60 days until Christmas. Is that how
Yep.
long it is? Yeah. About that.
58. I don't know,
Fif-
57.
You should ask the A device.
I know. Alexa, how many days till Christmas?
Christmas will start in 52 days.
52 days.
52 days. So
Alexa, stop.
that puts you all at like 40 days to get the orders in and ship on time, right? So over the next
Yeah.
40 days, we're all going to go through this together. And what we're going to navigate is then the way you could transition your messaging will be, you know, big box stores, like, you know, things aren't left on the shelves, shop small business,
Yep.
right? Like
So,
step in where they can't
two
get it.
things there that Jacqueline's talking about, and I want you to listen as I'm saying this, okay? One is the message, the messaging. We always talk about connecting the dots of messaging. The first part of that is shop early. You should be constantly talking about that. The second part is the story of small business. Story of small business. You should be talking about being a small business, okay? Okay, proceed.
And as a small business, why to shop from you, right?
Yeah.
We have stuff on the shelves. Like, no need to worry about back orders on a lot of you that might have product already, right? Because what's going to happen is they're going to start to go into the stores. The longer that people wait, they're going to go in. The shelves are not going to be restocked. They're just not going to be.
So
So
there's so
everyone,
many
like,
things that are so right now I'm trying to, first of all, my husband's birthday is coming up, so I'm trying to find boots for him for ice fishing, which, you know, it's like the blind leading, I don't trying to buy,
the
you know, like a
non-fisher woman trying to buy something for the fisherman.
yes. Secondly, it's been really hard to find food, like where I can buy Thanksgiving food, you know, because I don't want to make any of it.
I have a place for you.
Okay.
It's a catalog of really expensive food.
Is it Schwann's?
No,
Okay.
no, that's a whole other conversation, but I have a place for you.
Okay. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I
Do you
thought
have
I
Whole
was being
Foods?
prepared. Yeah, I do have Whole Foods, which I
They'll-
do need to go there.
So
Which, by the
you can
way,
order a whole dinner from them and it's the menu, and then you can go pick it up
they're
and it's
on West Des
pre-cooked.
Moines. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I should do that. By the way, best thing that you can get from Whole Foods, again, listen, because this is change your life if you don't eat dairy.
I'm leaning in.
It's coconut milk yogurt. And it's delicious. You can only get it at Whole Foods. It's a tiny little thing for $8, but let me tell you, it's amazing.
Actually, there are, Teresa says I just bought my turkey. There are also turkey shortages.
I know.
Okay. So, and part of that too is that she says Hy-Vee does that as well. You can also potentially order from Hy-Vee. But
yeah.
But so, okay, there's a couple things here. All of you as consumers are probably getting stressed. Who's getting stressed as a consumer? Like, you're like, I need to jump off Bosses and
somebody
Breakfast.
to email me about this turkey dinner and these snow boot thingies. You
Some
know,
of us are like, bye, ladies, gotta go order my stuff. You're freaking me out a little, right? And turkeys might be delayed because I think still there's the trucks. There's no truck drivers. Like, they've retired. They were getting sick. They've retired. That's happened, right? So
also they've retired, but the industry hasn't filled back up.
right.
So
They weren't like
millennials,
trying
Gen
to train
X,
young people to become truck drivers because
there's only so many schools that have truck driving, which, fun fact, one of them is in Ankeny, Iowa, where I live. But the industry wasn't pushed enough where they were able to fulfill the need. It's kind of like if it went, you know, if nursing wasn't pushed anymore. We're like,
And
oh,
also
what happened to all the nurses? You know,
they keep talking about truck driving becoming fully automated. Like,
I thought we were supposed to have drones, Jeff Bezos, right?
Well, they're all working on the meta year. So that's like a whole, we will no longer be fun. This will be the only way you see us, but through virtual reality glasses. So, anyway, so there's just, we just want you to see the domino effect, and you all with us, you were with us last year, you're with us this year, for us to just keep you on your toes. Okay. Yeah. I woke up this morning. I didn't know the COVID vaccine was approved for kids. Like, I haven't been, there's certain news I listen to. And so it's like, shipping
that was
delays.
Breaking news yesterday.
Yeah, but I wasn't on the news. I don't go on the news anymore. So I can tell you about shipping delays, but I can't tell you about other things, you know.
Which brings us, what was point number 2?
Okay. So
talk about.
So there's the being helpful to your customers and asking them to shop early. Okay. Yeah. So you may decide that you're going to offer earlier sales if you feel like you want to offer sales, or earlier promotions, or the promotion could just be shop early. Right? Yeah. That's a promotion. A promotion does not have to be a sale. And then we've got Black Friday. The second thing I wanted to talk to you all about, and this is a big thing we're working on with our masterminders, is what if you don't have the product? What if you're waiting for it to come in,
Mhm.
but it's not there?
Yeah. Or it's there, you know where it is, but it's stuck in port, or
It's
it's
stuck
stuck
somewhere.
somewhere in the world.
Anyone here watching that has something stuck somewhere that they can't get, but they need to sell it?
Me.
What do you
I have
have?
adhesive stuck somewhere, and with no date in sight of when I'm gonna see that adhesive for the manufacturer to make the labels that we need. So, I feel you.
So what that means is that there are certain labels that you actually can't get right now because the adhesive is not available.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. We have certain candle makers. A lot of people that are doing jars, like there's a lot of jars that are delayed.
Yep, vessel delays.
Vessels. And then there's people like certain ones of our mastermind that do manufacture overseas and they're importing their holiday stuff and it keeps getting delayed. Or one of our masterminders, we just had to navigate this with her, was she's been waiting and waiting for it to come. Finally, the shipping company called her and was like, we actually have 0 date for you. Like, we're
Yeah.
just going to tell you one
They
day
don't
that we know.
know, so they can't give a date,
Yeah.
right?
They can't
Mhm.
do anything. Or okay, so Natty says fabric not showing up until the end of November, right? With cry faces. So here are a couple ways that we're navigating it. One, if you can do something like candles. Okay, one of our masterminders is candles, and her vessels were all gone, but she was able to find different color vessels. So
Mhm.
she's like, well, I can only find 100 of this one color vessel. Great.
Mhm.
Bring in that one color vessel and call it a limited time, limited quantity, spin the marketing, right? Still try and sell it and spin it for people.
Mhm. Focus on the scent.
Yeah, focus on the scent, say it's limited quantity. They might really like the color of it because her other color is something else. So she's
Limited edition.
limited edition. So you spin it, right? Limited edition. So if there is a way for you to do this, or let's say like so vessels, easy to change, doesn't have to be forever. Call it limited edition, make it a moment. We also have people, two masterminders specifically. I'll give you the first one. One masterminder has this amazing kitchen product that she's like, I went on and I was like, that's amazing. She's like, I have a 200-person wait list for this kitchen product. It's like, you have a 200-person wait list for this kitchen product? I was like, when is it available? She's like, well, they tell me it's going to come sometime in December. I'm so nervous. I have 200 people. Not sure if it'll get there in time for Christmas. I don't know what to do. So one of the things we had her do, and again, this is a masterminder, so we work really intimately with our masterminders, like they have access to us one-on-one,
Mhm.
was, okay, so we don't want to guarantee this for Christmas because that could get
Right.
you in trouble.
Yeah.
So why don't we extend out when these are available and say they're available sometime in January 1 to January 30th, and then put like an asterisk, like it's an estimated delivery date. If they come in earlier, you can ship them earlier. If they don't, they are well aware of it being sometime in the future that they're getting it. Like Kohler, who told me one of my pieces is not available till January. It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Right. And then that they have it in their mind that when they're purchasing that, it's not for the holiday. So you're able to give them the decision of, okay, this is not a gift for the holidays. This is somewhere after the new year. Right.
Mhm.
And so they understand, okay, this delivery happens then. Otherwise, that was the whole thing of getting into trouble of, okay, if you guarantee something by the holidays, or they think their expectation is that they are going to get it for the holidays, it makes them in a bind and they do not appreciate that, right? So,
That's when they get mad.
yeah. So you push it to January and February. We've been seeing a lot of people. When I got that new washer and dryer, I was on a wait list, and this was during COVID times, for 4 months, right? Because that's an electronic that requires lots of different parts. So even if the drum is missing, for example, then they can't make the washer and dryer, right? So in this case, it's like, okay, how can I get people to buy now, but they know and expect it after the new year? They know it's not within their holiday buying, but they're currently buying it and it's top of mind for them right now.
Or they do whatever they want, right? So exactly that. Like they're
Yeah.
like, okay, this isn't going to be under the tree, for example. So
Yeah.
like at least you're not dealing with that, right? Because it's the idea of not disappointing the person they want to give the gift to, but they may decide on their own, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to give a little, like, I'm going to print out the picture and I'm going to give it to the person. Like it's up to
Yeah.
them what they want to do. So what we had this particular masterminder do was I was like, if you have 200 people coming to you right now, they're at the top of their buying. Like they are so excited about your stuff. And right now, November and December, people have their wallets out. They've got credit cards in hand and they are shopping. So if they're in the buying and shopping mood, we want to capture them when they're in that mood. January, they are not in that mood. They're like, I'm not buying anything for at least 30 days, right? So she switched it over. She went from waitlist to they could order, and then she put estimated delivery in January. She got orders. She's been getting orders. People are getting there. So she's making the money. She knows the product is coming eventually, and she's able to sell it. Now, I did that, I've talked about these chairs, like furniture that I bought that like, there's some furniture, like West Elm has like a sale right now on furniture. And I went to this one side table. I was like, oh, that's really cute. And it's on sale. Estimated delivery, March of 2022.
Yep.
They're putting things
Yeah.
on sale right now for things that they're not even getting for months.
Yeah. I mean, they know it's backed up and they don't want to be in a crunch where like their consumers are thinking, I'm going to get this. Because then it's over delivery if you get it in January,
Yeah, you're
right?
excited.
Yeah.
And also,
and that the picture thing, a lot of people are like, have a downloadable photo and say your gift is ordered, your item is ordered, so you can at least wrap up something. That was what we suggested last year too, was just having that. And I think that is a great option. If you really want somebody to open up something, you can certainly do the photo. I gotta say, I did it for one of the things. I had ordered a bunch of like Lanky Box, if your kids are into that duo that's on YouTube, and I had my kids open it and it kind of fell flat for them, to be
because they're
honest.
kids. I think that an
Yeah.
adult can wait, but kids are like
Yeah.
instant
Yes.
gratification. Yeah.
Right. But it was one of like many gifts that they got. So it was fine. And I think that
Yeah.
that is a great solution.
And even our computers, Mina and I both have gotten desktops so that we can be a little bit more set up on our here. And also the size of our screens need to be bigger. And those aren't coming till mid-December, and that's Apple.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing we had one of our masterminders do is she has her holiday collection. She sells blankets, are all on a ship. And that's the one where the shipping company was like, we can't give you any dates.
Yeah.
Right. Which sucks because the product is coming. She's paid for the product, but she has nothing to sell. And then she's afraid that when it does finally get here, will the season be over? So we had her do exactly the same thing. We said, put, estimated delivery as X, and also keep reinforcing to your customers, let them know the situation. I'm sure all of you, if you open up your emails, have gotten an email from at least one company that has said, due to unprecedented whatever, like there's delays, we're working
Shipping
really
delays.
hard. Yeah, we're working really hard to get this to you. As you know, there's global shortages. I've gotten it from major subscription boxes for like kids stuff, Little Explorers, that kind of thing. I've gotten them from Pottery Barn and West Elm. Like everyone is updating people on these shortages. So if you're in that position, just let them know and give yourself a buffer time to get it delivered to them.
Yeah.
And it may or may not work, right? Like you got to test and try it, and you have to do the emailing and the marketing to get them to convert. All right. So in our last few minutes, what were you going to go to?
I was going to say, I was going to wrap it up with, was that our last point that we wanted to make sure?
Yeah. So we wanted to just give you like survive this holiday season. I think to wrap it up, Mina, what would you like to say?
Yeah. I think that one of the things that you need to do is you need to embrace the season that you're in. I know it is hard. I know it is a lot. I know that all of you are feeling overwhelmed, but how can you step into it? So I'm literally, once those coats are put into a bag and donated in the same area, I'm going to put up the Christmas tree. I'm also going to start listening to Christmas music. And last year, during this year, I also would light a candle every single day. And I have tons of candles I can do that with. I'm just going to step into the season of, I'm making sure that I am doing what I want to do, feeling grounded in my values, making sure, like one of the things I want to do for sure is I want my kids to feel a certain way, right? So for me, if it's listening, I have actually already started listening to Pentatonics, which I listen to every year. And I've been listening to Adele because she's amazing and she has a new album dropping, right? So those are the two things I have on repeat right now. So I think that you have to mentally take care of yourself, but what does that look like for you? And the fact of the matter is, we've proven this already. We all can do hard things. We all can do hard things. So what do you need to do? How many things do you need to sell? How many what do you need to do to get your mind right, right? And then for you to feel like, "Oh, okay, I can do this." Right? I can do this at least 80% of the way, and that's good enough. And so I
So
think that
the
that is
wrap up the wrap up
lots
to
and
this
lots to talk
entire
about.
thing is that we all
Mhm.
start playing Christmas music. That is
Yeah.
our solution for all of you. Just play Christmas music and it'll all feel better.
Yeah, I mean, just whatever you need to get your mind right. Some people say
Yes.
that this is the season that they start walking in the morning. Okay, well, what does that look like? You bundle up and you walk in the morning, right? It's cold here, but I used to do it too, where I put on boots and I would walk and talk with you, remember? And it'd be like lots. I mean, I didn't wait for people to shovel the snow. I literally would just walk anyways, you know? And then, or maybe it is cooking a really great meal or doing a craft with your kids or putting up the Christmas tree right
So I
now.
want to change, I want to continue on
Mhm,
your topic but get to the last point that I wanted
mhm.
us to get to before we have to jump off.
Okay.
So, real quick, I'm going to change this, but right now, if you have all not done this yet, please go to shop1in5.com/deals. That is the
Mhm,
biggest small biz holiday collab. It's the biggest one ever. There's one coupon code to be used across over 200 small businesses amongst all the categories that you would find in the directory. But these are people that have opted in and they're giving you discounts for the entire month of November. Okay. So that's the first part. It's the product. It's shop1in5.com/deals. Go ahead, grab it. And then if you'd like to promote that for us as well, you could email hello@shop1in5 to do that. Okay. So that's one thing. That's you all getting your holiday
yeah, that'll
shopping
get
done
you in
from
the
each other.
festive spirit for sure.
Hundreds of discounts, one promo code, put on some holiday music and do your shopping. But I want to switch this to light pink because as we're talking about like what do you have to do to get into the mood, into the mode, I know I have the holiday catalogs that were the first piece of holiday that happened in our
Mhm.
house because they were being delivered. So Jennifer, would you mind switching the background to the light pink? So the other cool thing is you all know that we're investors in light pink. We went out to Arizona last weekend for an investor dinner with Lori Harder and all of the other 54 female investors. This is one of the very first companies. We can't find it on the internet of any other fully female funded business.
And you get a very special episode where Jacqueline and I talk about our journeys to being investors. It's not what you expect. It's definitely a more candid episode that will come out on Thanksgiving Day, okay, of us talking about our path to becoming investors in light pink.
Yeah, really cool. So I'm just writing this on Instagram right now so that I can do
Okay.
this. But what Lori is doing, what Light Pink is doing, I'm just going to pin this comment. Okay. What they're doing for also right now for November is that they put together this beautiful holiday guide. It's a holiday gift
Mhm.
guide. There are recipes in there. There are beautiful like fashion moments. And right now, if you all opt into this, they're also doing a giveaway, which is Light Pink, which is a rosé spritz in a can, and there's also a non-alcoholic version. They're doing a
Mhm.
giveaway that you would get that for an entire year. And there's this beautiful tablescape that's the cover, I think, of the holiday gift guide, and you'll also win that. It's like $2,000 worth of beautiful stuff for a beautiful table. So we wanted to share this with you. It's theproductboss.com/pink for you to be able to get this holiday gift guide. There's fun fashion things in there. There's recipes, there's
Totally
discount
free
codes.
guide, by the way.
There
So,
are
mhm.
other investors, like I don't know who's in there specifically right now, but there are other big investors that are that have education, that there's also free education in there as well for those of you that have online businesses, which are almost all of you.
Mhm.
So go to theproductboss.com/pink and get this holiday gift guide to really kind of start to set the mood maybe for us and not our kids, right? And not our husbands
Yeah,
or spouses. Like this is
right.
something for you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can have fun this holiday season. I know it's right now, like hearing us talk, it feels a little bit overwhelming, but you better believe that Jacqueline and I are having fun. right?
Let's actually all do it together. Can we do it together?
Yeah.
Let's all go get
Okay.
it together. Who wants to do it?
Yeah, I haven't done it yet either.
Me neither.
Let me
I'm going to
see.
do it right now. So www.theproductboss.com
/pink. Okay. Great photo.
because I want to get this download. Pink. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
thank goodness for autofill.
Who did autofill?
Mhm.
Look at Lori.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
you have to be old enough to do this. So, but
You have
you
to be
must be
21 and
21 and
over.
over.
Because it's an alcohol company.
Well, I'm out.
Sorry, Minna. You can't get. I'll enter. So this, when you look at the cover of this, I don't know how many of you are on
that's so
right now.
cute. It did a confetti thing. She's
But look
using
how,
Privy, by the way.
so those of you that are on here, let us know because that whole tablescape, you get to enter to win that and a 1-year supply of light pink. And the holiday tablescape is from Style Me GHD. All right, so I'm going to enter my info too. My birthday. Am I 21 yet?
Yes, that was last birthday. Remember?
Last year. All right, who else is doing this with us? Okay,
Yeah, I did that pretty fast because first of all, autofill.
Ooh, confetti.
Even I know that's what I said. They are using Privy, by the way. They do the confetti thing. We just had this conversation about Privy.
And you know what else they do? If you follow Light Pink on Instagram, you get 5 more entries. If you follow Light Pink on Pinterest, 5 more entries. Subscribe to Lori's podcast, you get 3 more entries. So look at this. They have all these amazing like ways to get different ways in. So we talked about this on the podcast. We'd love for you to get this holiday gift guide because it's gorgeous and amazing, and there's just so much fun in it. Okay, your friends are doing it. The other thing is watch how she promotes. This is a runway to a product-based business. So watch how this business, which doesn't have product yet due to COVID delays, so it'll come out next year, is doing this beautiful way to create community and know, like, trust. So we're going to talk about that on the podcast episode that you'll hear on Thanksgiving. Is it open to UK residents? I believe it is, Gemma. So go ahead and maybe not for the giveaway part, but you for sure could get the holiday gift guide. So you may need to read that.
I wonder if it's the alcohol law,
Yeah, but still get the holiday gift guide. Yeah. So watch them from 2 perspectives. 1, get the gift guide. There's beautiful things in there. Treat yourself. And 2, see how this amazing new business that's selling product is really ramping up for when they're able to launch. And then Jennifer said the giveaway is only open for the US,
which
and
is
Canada.
another delay that's happened, right? The beverage industry. I mean, though there's no shortage of Trulies and White Claws, the things that are launching.
There's actually too many.
Yeah,
Trulies
they
out
had
there in the world.
to throw them away. That was a wild news article that I saw. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
All right. So let us know. You can DM us or message us when you sign up and get the gift guide. Tell us what you're getting, what you're buying, or what you just are getting for free, because there's discount codes, there's free recipes, there's cocktails, and then there's other free options like to digital marketers that have stuff for you all. So we'll see you inside of, so it's theproductboss.com/pink. Get your holiday gift guide for you. It's your guide to the holiday, sponsored by Light Pink, which we are investors in. It's totally free. And then, my friends, make sure to, the other call to action is shop1in5.com/deals. If you want to get our biggest small biz collab ever, where it's 1 coupon code to hundreds of small businesses to shop for your gifts this holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
All right, friends.
Yeah. And keep us posted. Go into the season feeling good. Get yourself grounded. Get your mind right. Get into the holiday season and transfer that energy to your customers. Okay?
Yes. See you all there.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.